100%. Let's have a look at where this has all come from then for people who are wondering what's going on. So basically last night it all popped off. Fabrizio Romano said Manchester City have opened concrete talks to sign Mateo Kovacic this summer, and positive discussions have taken place with the players' camp over personal terms in the last few days. He also said Chelsea are open to selling Kovacic, which is clearly something that they're going to have to do because they've got 35 players and they're going to have to sell players. Rumours have it that Pochettino wants around 12 players to leave Chelsea this summer. So, yeah, that's what he said last night. And then Jacob Steinberg for The Guardian said the expectation is that a deal will be done for Mateo Kovacic to join Manchester City from Chelsea this summer. Then David Ornstein, obviously one of the best in the game in terms of news reports and sources, says that Chelsea have granted Manchester City permission to speak to Kovacic ahead of a potential move this summer. He then went on to say a fee for Kovacic is yet to be discussed. Manchester City and Chelsea will discuss this after the personal terms have been agreed. And he also said that Kovacic wants to join Manchester City. He's got interest from Bayern Munich. Of course, he was there under Tuchel, wasn't he? Tuchel's now at Bayern Munich, but apparently he wants to join Manchester City. Jack Garn went on to say Kovacic is viewed by Man City as a versatile midfielder that can play as a number 6 and a number 8. Nizar Kinsella, obviously a big source when it comes to stuff at Chelsea, said Kovacic wants to join Manchester City and is now expected to do so. And then again,
we're potentially selling Kovacic to Man City. You know, we can see a world where we don't need Kovacic, but Pep Guardiola and the champions seem to think that he will improve their side. And look, you sometimes get moments in football where allowing a player to leave that player becomes a personification of who you are. So if you think back over...
Talking about Mason Mount, I've talked about that on the United stand, but let's stick with Chelsea and take it to Manchester City. Kovacic is in talks with Man City and Chelsea are open to this. I think Chelsea are a shambles. I really do. I don't not think they can come back from it. I did a video on Chelsea yesterday. It will stand the test of time. We'll see if I'm right or wrong. But I think Chelsea are the most vulnerable team trying to get into that top 6 next year. They're furthest away, and it's been a chaotic year. Why is Mason Mount and Kovacic being allowed to leave Chelsea? A year ago, they would have been 2 of their better players. They haven't had a good season, but then again, who has at Chelsea? Why are Mount and Kovacic heading out the door quicker than a Ziyech or a Havertz or any other player that's really should be sold? And the honest answer is because Chelsea is a shambles. Pochettino has got to work quickly. He will look at Liverpool, he will look at United, he will look at Arsenal, he will know he's behind them anyway, and then he'll see them doing business moving further away. He's got to get in and he's got to get his business done quickly. How do you get business done quickly when you're inheriting a club that spent $500 million in the last year on players that you probably don't want, and they've already got a load of players you don't want? You're massively, massively in trouble because you're not in the Champions League. You've got financial fair play weighing down on you. You've got to get rid of players. And some of those players you've got to get rid of quickly. And when that happens, you start saying Kovacic can go to a rival, Mount can go to a rival, because that's probably going to bring you in a quick 100 million. And that's why that's happening. Chelsea would not be doing these deals a year ago. No way, Pedro. They would not be doing them. They're doing them now because they're desperate.
Just Me says, Robbie, Kovacic to Man City. Any opinion? I saw that rumour today that Kovacic could go to Man City. I rate him. I think he's a very, very good player. Another one of those players that Chelsea have just never got the best out of. But no, he is a quality player. It wouldn't surprise me that Pep's looking at Kovacic because I think he's a good player. Yeah.
A lot of Kovacic news coming out, and which has been long expected, especially by me, by LB as well. I'm not sure about Hugh, but I think we all kind of expected Kovacic to be the fastest one to get done. We're currently in a position where things are moving fast. Personal terms now pretty much agreed. And yeah, I think this is going to be our first signing of the summer. Very good signing too. Big signing. I rate it. Me. People keep saying he's old, but nah. I rate it.
He's 29. He's
Yeah,
29. Like, you know, in modern day, I don't think 29 is old. But listen, we know he's a very good footballer, Kovacic. He's a really, really good footballer. And the big concern that people are talking about with him is, of course, his injury record. But we can go over that. But my in short synopsis is I don't believe his injury record will be as bad at Manchester City as it will be at Chelsea. But for the price that's being touted, 35, 40 million, I think Kovacic to come in as, I don't know about squad player, but definitely add to the depth and quality is an absolutely fantastic signing. It really is. But it may lead to the exit of one of Bernardo Gundo or Calvin Phillips. I mean, I don't know what you guys think.
Yeah, I would imagine that one of them guys would probably go. I like the signing. I think it's a good signing. I think the price, 30 to 40 million quid, apparently is the figure that's going around. I think it's a great price, and I think it's a great squad signing. My personal opinion is I don't want this guy coming in starting week in, week out. I don't quite think he's good enough for that. In my opinion, but as a squad player, as a squad rotational player, and even a player that can play 5, 6, 7, 8 games in a row, I'm fine. I just don't think he's quite at the level. And maybe I'll be proved wrong on this one because I don't think he's too far away. I don't think he's quite at that level that we need to start week in, week out. But I don't think he's too far away, so that I wouldn't be surprised if I'm proven wrong on that fact. But I mean, guys, you got to look at the guy's experience. I mean, we know we've gone over this in the past. 93 games. For Croatia. If you look at his games for Chelsea, 221, 109 games for Real Madrid, 97 games for Inter Milan. Like I say, almost 100 for Croatia. I mean, this is a guy full of experience, a top quality player for £30 million that's only 29 years old. I think it's a great buy. I really, really do. And I think City have hit the nail on the head with this signing. And I'm sure we'll go through all the details in a moment of who's saying what. But it looks like this is happening.
Yeah, this seems like the first transfer that's going to happen for City. Obviously, Chelsea have allowed City to talk to him. Looks like we've got personal terms done. Getting that Croatian in it before the Champions League. That's what we're doing. Pep knows the situation. He's looking at it going, "Yo, we don't have a Croatian. How are we going to deal with this?" So sign him, get him on the City books, and then hopefully he can wipe out that curse. But I think it's a mint signing, me. I think it's an incredible signing. I think it's really good. We've said this pretty much in every single stream, but he, like you say, a lot of experience. I don't expect him to be starting week in, week out, like LB said there. I don't think he'd be our number one. I'd kind of like Bernardo and Gundo to be staying as well as Kovacic. Maybe Phillips to go. But we know that City have been looking for a player that can play that 6 and that 8 role. And Kovacic can do that. I back him to do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, 100%. Let's have a look at where this has all come from then for people.